manifestation is not about doing, it is a state of being.
Vision board.
Visualization.
Manifestation.
You can still manifest what you want.
So if you're doing 100 things, you're still not in the state of manifestation.
मुझे बिलीफ है कि ये हो जाएगा. मेरे पास अभी कोई जॉब नहीं है, आई डोंट हैव एनी मनी, और मैं फेक इट टिल यू मेक इट में है कि नहीं, हो ही जाएगा, बढ़िया ही होगा. Isn't that being delusional?
Do you agree magic is only magic when you don't know the how and why? So people who are more scientifically oriented, the reason that a lot of people don't believe in manifestation, they are just saying ये logic नहीं है, ये सिर्फ magic है.
Maybe they are doing their vision boards, they are scripting, their gratitude journals, but they are still stuck. They are not able to manifest. Why do you think so?
It's neuroscience, it's behavioral science, it's emotions.
One thing that I've not been able to crack is to attract a life partner.
If I ask you a simple question, why do you want to manifest a life partner? If you look at the majority of methods, the majority of techniques, the majority of people, they're talking about how will you attract, how will you receive, how will you get. Biggest misconception about manifestation that it's all about receiving. I would say it's all about giving.
So can you give us a master technique for manifestation that will short work for any individual?
The reason I will call it as a master technique because it has very, very powerful things. As I mentioned to you, the first point.
Welcome on RAWR with Sneha. I am your host Sneha Desai. We are back with one more exciting episode. Today we have Harish Sairaman out here with us. He's India's well-known transformational coach. From hypnotherapy to mindset, spirituality to manifestation, he helps people understand what is holding them back and to create a lasting change. He helps people get some amazing breakthroughs in life, and I'm super pumped up about this episode because we are going to be talking about manifestation. Yes, I know it's an overhyped word out there. Everybody today is talking about manifestation, and I'm sure you at some point have manifested something in your life. There are so many podcasts, so much of content out there, but today we are going to be talking about the mistakes you do when you are manifesting. So welcome Harish sir on RAWR with Sneha.
Absolute pleasure and gratitude for inviting me here. And I think the most important point is not about how this podcast actually goes, but the main intention is when people watch this podcast, I just hope and I believe they will gather or take back something which will have the potential to change their life. And that's going to be the intention. And with that intention, I think we're going to have a wonderful time today.
Yes, it's an absolute honor to have you here with us.
Thank you very much.
And I think for anybody who's watching this episode, this podcast is going to help them if they're stuck in their manifestation journey somewhere. So the first thing that comes to my mind is anybody who's watching this episode, maybe they're doing their vision boards, they're doing their scripting, their gratitude journals. बहुत सारे techniques है internet पे that how one can manifest their life. But they are still stuck. They are not able to manifest. Why do you think so?
So the most important point, the answer is there in the question that you asked. Like you said, people do a lot of techniques. They do vision board, they do repetition, they do visualization. सबसे पहला चीज ये जानना जरूरी है that manifestation is not about doing, it is a state of being.
Okay.
So if you're doing 100 things, you're still not in the state of manifestation.
Achha.
But if you're doing few things and it's getting you into a great, happier, joyful state of being, now is when you're actually manifesting.
Achha.
And a lot of times people get stuck because, point number one, they are obsessed with manifestation.
Okay.
That is why I would usually tell people stop manifesting and start living. Because if you're obsessed with ये भी करना है, वो भी करना है, ऐसा भी करना है, वैसा भी करना है, nothing is going to work. Sometimes even one technique आप कर रहे हो और वो technique करने से you are getting into a beautiful state where you're able to believe in your goals, where you're able to be in a happier state. You are already in an amazing state of manifestation. इसीलिए आपका emotions अगर सही state में है, we are not talking about perfection. मैं ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ कि 100% 24 hours a day you have to be positive. A goal like this will make you negative in life. इसीलिए कभी कभार, right, becoming negative is not a problem. But emotionally अगर आप कोई अच्छे state में हो, you are going to be manifesting amazing things. And manifestation is not about what you're receiving. It's about whatever is happening in your life is also manifestation. जिन लोगों को manifestation पता है, they will use the word manifesting or manifestation for everything. जिनको नहीं पता है, they will say what is happening in my life. They will say something bad is happening.
So for a person who doesn't believe in manifestation, they believe in pure science. ठीक है, उनको लगता है मैनिफेस्टेशन जैसी कोई चीज नहीं है, ठीक है, बट उनकी जो करंट लाइफ है इज ऑल्सो रिजल्ट ऑफ देयर मैनिफेस्टेशन समवेयर और द अदर, इवन इफ दे डोंट नो अबाउट इट.
So people who are more scientifically oriented, the reason that a lot of people don't believe in manifestation, because आज जो majority of लोग manifestation के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, they are not talking about logic at all. They are just saying ये logic नहीं है, ये सिर्फ magic है.
हाँ, मतलब that's what they say, right? Like you don't have to question it.
Absolutely.
Manifestation is magic. It will work for you. The universe will work for you.
Absolutely. Let me ask you a question. Do you agree magic is only magic when you don't know the how and why?
Yeah.
Like if you've ever seen a magic show, why is that a magic for you? Because you have no idea how it's done.
Yeah.
But do you think it's magic for the magician?
No.
It's not. For the magician it is?
Technique.
It's a technique.
Yeah.
कुछ लोग बोलते हैं trick. Trick नहीं है भैया. He's been practicing or she's been practicing for so many years.
Yeah.
So now when the magician performs, it looks like magic for the rest of the world, but the magician knows how he or she is creating, and hence the magician can replicate it. So if manifestation is magic for you, you don't know how it's done, you can't teach it to people. And these are also those people who now believe in the word luck. Because luck is also a word of ignorance. आपको जब पता ही नहीं है क्यों हो रहा है अच्छा या क्यों हो रहा है बुरा, is when you will use the word good luck चल रहा है या bad luck चल रहा है, because you have no freaking way of explaining it. But for people who understand, they will say, I'm going through a negative emotional state, my beliefs have become limiting and negative, इसीलिए एक के पीछे एक गड़बड़ हो रहा है. It's not bad luck, it's scientific. It's neuroscience, it's behavioral science. It's emotions.
Okay.
But if you don't know about it, then it's ignorance. इसीलिए हम बोलते हैं ignorance is bliss. But the actual answer is ignorance is temporary bliss. Eventually, awareness is absolute bliss.
Yeah.
So instead of saying magic here, no, understand how it's happening, why it's happening, what's the science behind it. Now even the scientific community would be open and receptive to learn manifestation. Otherwise, it's all mumbo jumbo for them.
बराबर है. मतलब उसके लिए एक टेक्निक है which there is a formula,
Yeah.
and if you can break it down and you can apply it, manifestation becomes easier.
Absolutely.
And it's not only magic, and it's not just going to do things on its own, the universe.
Absolutely.
Okay, you spoke about that manifestation is not about doing, and it's about becoming or
Being.
being.
State of being.
Being, a state of being. Can you explain this in a layman's language? Can you give me some examples of how would you break this down for me? Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
So the core of manifestation, कब बढ़िया चीजें लाइफ में होंगी, is when you're emotionally feeling बढ़िया in life.
okay.
Okay.
But
Which
अगर
means-
बुरी चीजें हो रही है तो मैं बढ़िया कैसे फील करूंगी?
Let's take an example. आप कोई स्पोर्ट्स फॉलो करते हो?
हाँ.
आपने देखा रहेगा some athletes do a wonderful job.
Yeah.
Think about any athlete who's created any kind of record in life.
Okay.
Did they succeed in the first attempt?
No.
No. Which means they would have failed 100 times.
Yes.
And failure is बुरा in life.
Yeah.
But वो failure के बावजूद कोशिश क्यों कर रहा है? What do you think is the answer? Fail हो रहा है या fail हो रही है, एक बार हुआ, 50 बार हुआ, 100 बार failure हुआ है, but still they are trying. My biggest question is, what makes them try in spite of failing? Because failure तो बुरा ही है.
बराबर है. Because they love the sport.
Not only that, they still believe it's possible.
Yeah.
The day you feel it's no longer possible is when you stop trying.
Yeah, you quit.
Which means the belief that it is possible in the future keeps the positive element of trying
Okay.
and eventually gives you the result which can be called as achieving or manifesting.
Got it.
So भले ही लाइफ में बुरा चल रहा है, आपको फिर भी लगता है कि बढ़िया होने वाला है, is the emotion. I am not saying 100% positive. There is an element of बुरा फील हो रहा है. मैं बहुत कुछ ट्राई कर रहा हूं, फिर भी फेलियर हो रहा है, बुरा तो लग रहा है, फेलियर भी फील हो रहा है, बट अ पार्ट ऑफ मी बिलीव्स आई कैन स्टिल डू इट. So which means your emotions and your beliefs become the source of your energy, which makes you try, and eventually that's what creates results in life.
But isn't that being also delusional? Because I would say that fake it till you make it, right?
Uh-huh.
Like मुझे belief है कि ये हो जाएगा. मेरे पास अभी कोई जॉब नहीं है.
Right.
I don't have any money and X amount of पैसा चाहिए. और मैं वो फेक इट टिल यू मेक इट में है कि नहीं हो ही जाएगा, बढ़िया ही होगा, ये पैसा आने ही वाला है. एंड मेरा जो अभी का 3D रियलिटी है, आई एम एस्केपिंग दैट कंप्लीटली.
Absolutely.
Being in that emotion, isn't that being delusional?
So in that case, every organization in the world is delusional. If that is the definition. Because आज अगर organization 100 करोड़ कमा रहा है, वो target 150 करोड़ का रख रहा है.
बराबर
Which means it's delusional only. Because they are trying to create which they don't have right now today. आज अगर मेरा वजन 85 kgs है and मैं सोच रहा हूँ कि मैं 75 kgs है, I am still delusional. So when people say fake it till you make it, or when they are visualizing something which is not existing at this point in time, it is only delusional if you are not having a strategy and you're not taking action in that direction. मैं सिर्फ इमेजिन कर रहा हूं, मैं सिर्फ सोच रहा हूं ये हो जाएगा, बट आई डोंट हैव अ प्लान, आई डोंट हैव अ स्ट्रैटेजी, आई ओनली हैव अ बिलीफ. इट इज नाउ delusional. इसीलिए हिंदी में हम कहते हैं सिर्फ जोश के साथ काम नहीं करना है, जोश के साथ होश भी चाहिए. If I put it down into English terminology and scientific terms, the belief gives you the energy and josh, the strategy gives you the hosh. When you combine both of them and you take action, it's no longer delusional. For example, if somebody comes to me, this is a question. Let's say if somebody comes to me saying, Harish, I'm earning 5 lakh rupees a month. My target from next month is 50 lakhs a month. Would you call this confidence or overconfidence?
Confidence.
Confidence.
Yeah.
What will create it confidence? What tells you it's confidence?
Because he's making a certain X amount of money. And I think that if he has a strategy of...
Beautiful. The strategy tells you that is confidence.
Yeah.
So if a person says मुझे 5 से 50 पे जाना है 1 महीने के अंदर और ये मेरा plan है and I think this plan will work, it's not delusional. Whether it will happen or not, there is no guarantee.
बराबर.
But it is confidence. But at the same time, if somebody is saying, I'm earning 5 lakhs, my target is 5 lakhs 20 rupees, only 20 extra, I will still ask, what's your plan? And the person says, Malum nahi, this is being delusional. It does not depend on how big you're thinking. It depends on whether you have a strategy in place. And one of the biggest mistakes when people do visualization exercise of visualizing the outcome, which we also label it as fake it till you make it,
Yeah.
right? Is only visualizing the outcome and not visualizing your actions that will lead to the outcome. So if you look at majority of manifestation coaches, they would probably ask you to say, I already have a job. But the question is, what are you doing differently to have that job? I already am at 75 kgs or whatever body weight you want. What are you doing? So instead of visualizing, I am already there, how about visualizing the changes I am making in my behavior, in my thoughts, in my emotions, in my actions and gestures, which is leading to that entire outcome? Now it's not delusional because now you know specifically what actions to take. So instead of saying, I can imagine I have a harmonious relationship with my boss, you rather visualize that now you are able to influence, you are able to handle the shit coming in from your boss, you're handling the politics, you're still able to look at the positive side of the boss and ignore that when he's short-tempered, he blabbers, and now you're building a better relationship with empathy, good listening, and resilience, and now you're visualizing it's a great relationship. You're actually not just faking it to make it. You are actually scientifically visualizing an outcome, visualizing the changes you will make in for that outcome, and every day is an opportunity to practically implement what you're visualizing. This is scientific flow.
Yeah, so it's not that you pick up one part of the manifestation. बहुत सारे लोग मुझे लगता है यहीं पे गलती करते हैं because the internet gurus or a lot of manifestation techniques are, I think, incomplete.
Absolutely.
Because they just talk about a part of it that you visualize कि ये outcome हो चुका है. And I think that's where most of the people get stuck.
Absolutely.
But Harish sir, I have this one question that why is it called manifestation and not goals?
Okay.
If I have a strategy for it.
हाँ.
अगर मैं 5 लाख कमा रही हूँ, मुझे 50 लाख बनाना है. आपने बोला स्ट्रैटेजी चाहिए उस चीज़ के लिए, एक्शन लेना है उस चीज़ के लिए. मुझे लग रहा था मैनिफेस्टेशन इज वेयर द यूनिवर्स विल वर्क फॉर मी.
राइट.
ठीक है, तो मुझे कोई स्ट्रैटेजी में नहीं जाना है. हाँ, मैं एक्शन ले सकती हूँ, बट आई थॉट दैट द यूनिवर्स विल गिव मी आंसर्स टू हाउ आई एम गोइंग टू मेक इट टू दैट 50 lakhs. And goals is where the hard work comes in. So how is manifestation and goals different?
So if I have to explain it in a very logical way, goal setting is a part of the entire manifestation process. Like even for manifesting, you need to know what you're manifesting.
Yeah.
That's a part of the entire goal setting. But if you actually get into the entire process of goal setting, you will understand the entire requirement of manifestation also comes in that. For example, goal setting में सबसे पहला क्या चाहिए? Goal set करो.
Goal set करो. हाँ.
But is that enough?
नहीं.
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 Because that's why we say goal setting and achieving.
Achieving भी.
Right?
हाँ.
Achieving भी चाहिए.
Yeah.
Now, for example, if I ask you simple questions. To set goals, do you have to be specific?
Yeah.
It's better.
It's better.
It is better.
Yeah.
Right? Second, do you also have to create milestones?
Yes.
Yes, because usually goal setting can be long term, can be short term.
Yeah.
What milestones tell you? One, they are mini goals also, and they also tell you that you are on track. Third thing, do you have to create strategies to achieve the milestone?
Yes.
Absolutely yes. And let me ask you a simple question. When you are in a great mood, the chance of achieving your goals are higher or lower?
It's higher.
Higher. Even if you have a goal, even if you have a strategy, but you are in a pathetic mood, you will still not be able to implement it.
Yeah.
And that is what manifestation is telling you. That your emotions, your energy, your vibration is the source of manifestation in one way or the other.
Yeah.
Which means आपके पास दुनिया भर का टेक्निक है, लेकिन आप खराब मूड में ही चल रहे हो, it is not going to work for you. So there are commonalities even if you look at goal setting and manifesting. The only difference is when you're doing a team goal setting, when you're doing an organizational goal setting, you are now talking about manifestation at a group level.
Okay.
That is why sometimes even if one person is not aligned to the goal, is not aligned to the manifestation, unknowingly, they have a tendency of pulling the others back also.
Okay.
Now, if I go deeper into the spiritual thing, I'm also saying others' karma will interfere in your karma when you are interfering in their karma.
Got it.
And if there are people together, it is going to impact in one way or the other. For example, if you and I are together going to achieve a goal and you believe not only this is possible, इससे ज़्यादा possible है, but I believe this is not possible.
बराबर है.
Unknowingly, when I believe this is not possible, a part of me wants to prove it. So I am constantly going to find faults to tell you why it's not possible, and you are constantly finding possibilities to prove that it's possible. So हम एक दूसरे को interfere जरूर कर रहे हैं. And that is why when somebody like me is called to do sessions for organizations, teams and groups, it's all about telling people that even if you are not aligned to it right now, find ways to align to it, because when everybody is aligned, you understand the power of group manifestation. You understand the power of group synergy. Spiritually अगर बोलूं, you understand the power of collective consciousness. जिसको हम वेरी लूजली बोलते हैं टीम वर्क, टीम बॉन्डिंग, कोहेसिवनेस, सिनर्जी. इट्स वेरी डीप इन स्पिरिचुअलिटी. एंड समटाइम्स 200 लोगों का सिनर्जी लाना मुश्किल है, क्योंकि घर के 4 लोगों में सिनर्जी लाना मुश्किल हो जाता है.
You're right.
Right? And that is why it is always said teamwork has to be done, trust needs to be built. Why? Because it can be broken with one episode. So it's a constant journey of building that synergy back. Because whether it is manifestation, energy, frequency, emotion, there is nobody whom I have ever known who is always on track.
Yeah.
So going off track is by default. It is by design. Your ability to come back on track is mastery.
Wow.
So I've been doing these for 23 years. Am I always happy and positive? Bilkul nahi. I have moments of anger, irritation, frustration, jealousy. All that is there. The only thing is, my mind reminds me कि इधर रहूंगा तो सब बैंड बजेगा. So rather come back on track. And in that, your health is better. Like people know when they are irritated, it is very easy to manifest a health issue. So if I have acidic emotions for somebody, I will have acidity manifested in my stomach. If I am not letting go of toxic things, I will manifest constipation. People say constipation, but what is constipation? Something is not getting released. And what is not getting released? Shit. Literally, and even if you look at symbolically, it's your shitty thoughts that's not getting released. So even your body reminds you of the block that you're having at a thought, at an emotional level. So manifestation is happening at every level. To understand that is extremely important for people.
Yeah. So for an organization, if somebody is trying to manifest a particular goal or they want to take their organization at a particular place, it's absolutely important to have everybody on the same page
Right.
and aligned to that goal.
Right.
And if a certain set of people are not aligned to it, it's going to delay that goal in a certain way, or their karmas are going to affect the entire
Right.
energy of that goal.
Absolutely.
Okay. You spoke about emotions. Okay. Something that comes to my mind is that I have manifested the best things in my life when I've been the happiest. No vision board,
Right.
no scripting, no gratitude journals. Just me being happy. I am on a travel trip. I get that call, that opportunity, and things have worked out for me.
Absolutely.
Why does this happen? Even if I'm not doing what it takes like to manifest, but मैंने सिर्फ एक thought रखा था कि मुझे ये चाहिए, and then I'm just vibrating at a higher frequency. That's happiness is what I feel, and things have worked out for me.
Absolutely. So the most important point, something that I mentioned some time back, the core of manifestation is emotions.
Emotions.
Emotions. Your health is majorly related to your emotions. Even medical practitioners are clearly saying most of the diseases are psychosomatic in nature, which means it's related to your mind and emotions. So if there is a household where the father and mother are constantly having arguments, the child will have immunity related disorders because it's emotion related. So when the emotions are great, the health is great, the state of manifestation is always better. So the bottom line for everybody to understand is every technique that you've ever heard, learned, or practiced related to manifestation is all about getting you into a positive emotional state. So if you're not getting into that state, every technique is useless. And in fact, the time that is used for doing the technique is insignificant compared to the time when you're not doing the technique.
Okay.
For example, if I'm meditating for 15 minutes a day, it's only 15 minutes out of 24 hours. But the biggest question is, are those 15 minutes making my 24 hours more beautiful? If it is, the day your remaining time is becoming phenomenal, there is no need to do the techniques anymore. Because at the end of the day, every technique is making, your emotions go into a positive state. So the day your emotions are more positive, you're more joyful, excited, enthusiastic, hopeful, you're excited about the future, there is no need to do any vision board. There is no need to do any visualization. There is no need to do any writing. In fact, you're wasting your time because you're already in a great joyful state. That's why you will see people who are in a joyful state will not talk about manifestation. They will say, just be in the right emotions. And a lot of authentic gurus talk about it. They say, live. Don't keep practicing.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people who are delusional in saying, should I do more? Please understand, the more you do, you're reminding your brain there is some lafda. That is why you're doing so many times. Right? Like some people ask, how many times do I repeat an affirmation? And the actual answer is, it all depends on how quickly you feel the emotion. So if I repeat once that I feel joyful and ecstatic in life, and repeating it once makes me feel it enough. You do a mantra, you want to repeat Om Namah Shivaya, once is enough if you feel it.
Yeah.
108, 110, 200 times, 1000 times, it is not needed when you're feeling it. And the day you feel it, there is no need to do it. That's why I always tell people who are aligned towards a different path of spirituality, the day you experience God within, the need to go to a place to find it will stop. You will have no need to go somewhere saying, I'm going to meet God, because that's delusional.
Yeah.
Because the day you experience it, we can't talk a lot about this outside because people will kill us. Right?
Yeah.
Which means the only reason is because we are directly challenging people's beliefs. But every spiritual script has also said it's all within you.
So true.
So eventually it's about identifying the emotion within you, and that's what is actually needed.
Yeah.
So that's why when you're saying, when I am in a happier state, I'm in a joyful state, I am also attracting opportunities which I did not even think of.
Yeah.
Which means while goal setting gives direction to that emotion, and for some people goal setting produces the emotion, both are good, but at one level goal setting is limiting also yourself from the possibilities that can happen.
Yes.
That is why the authentic spiritual school will say, whenever you specifically mention a goal, also mention this or anything better.
Yeah.
And there are times, like a lot of people say, Harish, once I do this, will I achieve everything in life? I have to be blunt enough in saying everything can be achieved in life is only a motivational statement and never a reality. Because the entire experience of life is to embrace failures, is to know that you've got to be humble enough that there are some things which will never work no matter what you do. But the realization that if this doesn't happen, there is something else beautiful for you. And the deep intention of what you want to achieve can still be achieved without the egoistic need for a particular position or power is spiritual mastery in life. So if my intention is to serve people, and I'm saying I want to be the prime minister of this country, and I'm working towards it, and let's say all manifestation techniques, nothing is working, I'm only reaching an MLA level. It's still great. But the realization that I'm still able to serve people at that position is manifestation achieved.
So
But to
also
say-
accepting your reality, where you are at,
and
being
realizing
being humble about it.
and realizing there is something better and beautiful.
Yeah.
And realizing that the failures of life are an integral part of life. Realizing that the pure definition of life is learn and evolve. And if everything works smoothly, you will never question life. You will never learn about it. So I'm just getting up in the morning every day and I'm saying I already have a job comes in. And then I'm saying I already have my business comes in. It doesn't work like that. And I've seen a lot of people saying if you don't have a job, close your eyes and repeat, I already have a job 1,000 times and you will get a job. You know what's the good news? Some of them will get a job,
Yeah.
right? And they are enough for my marketing. So 100 people are repeating, 10 gets a job, and I bring 10 of them on the podcast and I say, see,
It's
what
working.
about the 90? But I always tell people how this works is, let's take an example. Let's say there are 4 pregnant ladies. One is in the first month of pregnancy, the second is in the third is in the 5th, and the 4th one is in the 9th month.
Perfect.
All 3 of them are asked to repeat now, I already have a baby. हाँ? एक तो
तुरंत होगा.
1 महीने में बोलेगा mine is done.
Mine is done.
And the other is, I've been repeating for 6 months, kuch nahi hua. That's because conception, nature, some things take time.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't mean it's not getting manifested. It's getting manifested at some level somewhere, right? But I just have to bring that one person and say, देखा इसका 1 महीने में बच्चा हो गया. Now, this sounds stupid because everybody in the world knows it takes that 9 months.
Yeah.
But people need to know because all 100 people repeating, I already have a job. Everybody is at different levels. Some have been applying for a job. Some is already in a great state. Some don't have a job, but they are hopeful and they believe I will attract a job. Some are believing market is still good. But there are people who are believing market to kharab chal raha hai. They are constantly spending time with friends who are saying kharab chal raha hai.
These are like different stages that every person is
100%.
at.
100%.
And किसी के लिए वो manifestation तुरंत work कर रहा है because उसने सिर्फ बोला कि I have a job and the other person is not still there. And that's why
And
he
not-
doesn't believe in manifestation.
And not realizing it's not just that repetition. It is your belief. It is your efforts. It is your strategy. It is at what frequency you are at. It is the kind of people that you're surrounded with. Are you still putting in that effort?
Yeah.
Because then it is absolutely ignorance of believing I just have to repeat it. But if you meet the most authentic, successful people, they are probably not doing any of these methods. Right?
Yeah.
But there is an entire category of people who are getting obsessed with it. I am not saying these methods are wrong or it is total bullshit. But I only want people to understand the science behind it. When you're repeating, when you're visualizing, it's making you feel good. It's all about getting into a positive emotional state. It's all about believing it's possible. It's all about taking action in that direction. And then it's about embracing the failure, but not labeling yourself as a failure, but concluding that temporarily I have failed. It is teaching me something. Let me figure out what else I need to learn.
Yeah, like you said about the sportsman, don't give up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
have that
only,
belief.
Absolutely. Still have a belief.
Still
but,
have a belief.
But realize what you did in the past has not worked.
Yeah.
Smartness is to try a different strategy.
Got it.
And not repeating the same thing, coming back. Imagine a credit card caller calls you the 20th time with an illusion कि मैं बार-बार call करूंगा, you will pick up the call and one fine day buy the card. You will rather block it, right?
Yeah.
You will say अगली बार call भी मत करना मुझे. घर पे घुस के मारूंगा. Somebody might say something like this also.
Yeah.
That's how the universe is. It's not about saying again and again, मैं 50 बार 100 बार. You are irritating not only yourself, maybe the universe. It's about understanding that it is not working. Like I've had a lot of people saying, Harish, affirmations used to work before. I used to repeat it and it worked phenomenal. But nowadays it doesn't work. Right? The realization that it still works. But now the universe is telling you you have to outgrow it and develop more awareness. As simple as I go to the gym for the first time and I lift a 10 kg dumbbell and I start exercising. I'm going to see growth. And I'm going to say 10 kg is working for me. The beauty is after 1 month that same 10 kg will do no shit in your life now. And now you might wonder 10 kg पहला काम कर रहा था, अब बिल्कुल नहीं कर रहा है. Realizing the 10 kg, you've outgrown the 10 kg. It has given you what it can.
Now you have to level up.
Now you have to level up.
Got it.
Right? It's either go for extra weights or modify the strategy or try something alternative because now you're hitting a plateau.
Yeah.
But don't land up ignorantly believing that these affirmations no longer work. It still works. But ignorance that only repeating will work till one level in your life. But if life's journey is about learning and evolving, now some of these methods will not work because it's prompting you to go deeper. It's prompting you to get out of ignorance. It's prompting you to believe and realize, stop bullshitting and go into deeper introspective of your own self. And now you will see it will give you results that you've never even imagined. Because now you're actually learning and evolving, which is important.
So you spoke about how जो ये affirmations है या ये जो techniques है वो काफी external level पे है, right? And what you are trying to say is start doing the internal work. Like identity shift करो, खुद को transform करो
Right.
somewhere, and then your manifestation journey becomes easier.
Right.
And I think अभी जो लोग कर रहे हैं वो काफी surface level का काम कर रहे हैं, and then they are saying काम नहीं हो रहा है. So ये सब चीजें आपको एड करेगी जो सरफेस लेवल चीजें हैं, बट अगर अंदर कचरा है, अगर अंदर टर्ब्यूलेंस है, इमोशनल लेवल पे, थॉट लेवल पे, बिलीफ लेवल पे, तो ये मैनिफेस्टेशन नहीं काम करेगा
Absolutely.
आपके लिए.
Absolutely.
सो इसलिए मैंने कहा तो पढ़ा था दैट instead of having things on your vision boards and things like that, start doing work for yourself where you kind of become more aware and yoga karo, breath work karo, and this will actually help you manifest better
Absolutely.
because you are changing your vibrations.
Absolutely.
So do you need to actually increase your vibrations to manifest better in life?
See, the problem is the word vibration can be very confusing for a lot of people.
Okay.
What is vibration? Because a lot of people in this field of manifestation talk about frequency, talk about energy, talk about vibration, and it doesn't mean anything for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So the simplest explanation is emotion. So do I need to do work on making my emotions better? Absolutely yes. So जितने भी techniques आप कर रहे हो, eventually is to work on the emotion. तो अगर योगा करने से, डांस करने से आपका इमोशंस बेहतर हो रहा है,
तो करो.
Always do it. So, see, I always say affirmations and some techniques is like sowing a seed in the most fertile space called as your subconscious. Land बहुत fertile है. जो बीज डालोगे वो उगेगा. इसीलिए every law says what you sow is what you reap. But existing land में ही इतना weeds पड़ा हुआ है from the past, emotions, beliefs, आइडेंटिटी, आई एम नॉट गुड इनफ, मुझसे नहीं होगा, मैं कुछ भी करने जाता हूं तो मेरे साथ तो खराब ही होता है, ये सब पास्ट का वीड्स लेके मैंने भरा हुआ है. और इतने वीड्स हैं जो हर बार सारा न्यूट्रिशन ले जाता है. और अब मैं बार बार एफर्मेशन का सीड डाल रहा हूं और बोल रहा हूं कि ये उग ही नहीं रहा है, बिकॉज नहीं उगेगा. सो द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट इज पहले ये वीड्स को निकालो. And that is why therapy works. That is why hypnotherapy works. That is why pranic healing can work. That is why Reiki can work. That is why healthy therapeutic conversations can work, because आपका interpretation of the problem needs to change. Problem of the past can't change, but your interpretation can change. जैसा अगर मेरे साथ 3 लोगों ने बुरा किया, it's very easy for me to believe सारे लोग बुरे हैं.
बराबर है.
Once I believe सारे लोग बुरे हैं, गेस करो किस टाइप का लोग मैं मैनिफेस्ट करने वाला हूं?
बुरे लोग.
बुरे. बिकॉज मेरा बिलीव जो है वो अपने आप को प्रूव कर रहा है कि लोग तो बुरे हैं. अब चौथा भी मेरे लाइफ में जो आएगा बुरा आएगा, ताकि आई कैन अगेन से देखो लोग सिर्फ बुरे नहीं है, मेरे साथ तो बुरे लोग ही मेरे साथ तो बुरा ही होता है और मेरे पास तो बुरे लोग ही होते हैं. इन शॉर्ट, your patterns of life are a result of manifestation of your past beliefs and identities that you've created.
Okay. One question out here. You spoke about emotions, right? From the first, like starting से हम लोग emotional level की बात कर रहे हैं. Doubt, anger, fear, ये आने वाला है, right?
100%.
Because I'm a human being, okay? Now, sir, if I have to talk about people, like the common people, ठीक है? Now, everybody can't be a guru, or everybody cannot have a complete control of their emotions.
Right.
Now, if I am, मैं मेरी औकात से बाहर कुछ विश कर रही हूँ. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, मेरे पास अभी कुछ भी नहीं है, ठीक है? आई एम वर्किंग ऑन अ जॉब विच इज पेइंग मी से 25,000 और मुझे खुद का घर खरीदना है. दिस इज औकात से बाहर कि मैं एक सोच डाल रही हूँ जो मुझे लग रहा है कि नहीं है पॉसिबल, ठीक है, बट मुझे मैनिफेस्ट करना है.
हाँ जी.
और डाउट आना काफी नॉर्मल चीज है, बिकॉज आई विल बी लाइक, डर लगेगा यार कि मैं कैसे अचीव करूंगी.
Absolutely.
कि रख तो दिया है ये गोल, ठीक है, मैं हैप्पी भी रहना चाहती हूँ. I will do all of that makes me happy. But deep down, I will still have doubts. I will still have fear. So how do I overcome that?
Beautiful. Very powerful question. A question that a lot of people will have.
Yeah.
अब यही question में सबसे बड़ा block क्या है?
The doubt and fear?
And something, a term that you just used.
औकात से बाहर.
Exactly. Okay? ये आपने अपना बिलीफ बना लिया है, आइडेंटिटी बना लिया है. आप ये नहीं बोल रहे हो कि मैं कुछ बहुत बड़ा करने वाली हूं या बहुत बड़ा सोच रही हूं. यू आर ऑलरेडी सेइंग औकात के बाहर, विच मीन्स आपने खुद इसको एलियनेट तो कर लिया, आइसोलेट भी कर लिया, इतना दूर कर दिया कि अब मुझे लग रहा है कैसे होगा. पॉइंट नंबर 1. पॉइंट नंबर 2, इज इट नेचुरल टू हैव अ डाउट or a fear when you are thinking about something huge and big? Absolutely yes. और इसीलिए मैंने कभी भी ये नहीं बोला कि you should be 100% positive, 100% optimistic.
Yeah, because that's not possible on everyday life.
Absolutely. For example, if I am going to summit Mount Everest for the first time, will I have a doubt? 100%. Will I have a fear? 100%. Will I have a fear I might die? ये भी possible है. But I still have the excitement of doing it. I still believe it is possible. And do you agree? बहुत बार मेरे आसपास के लोग भी वो बिलीफ मेरे अंदर डाल देते हैं.
Yeah.
And that is extremely important. So if I am ready to summit a Mount Everest with everyone who's shitty scared, अब तो I may not even take action in that direction. So doubt is normal. Fear is natural. जितना बड़ा, जितना रिस्की, कैलकुलेटेड रिस्क भी अगर हो, द डाउट एंड फियर इज नॉर्मल, बट इज योर विलिंगनेस, इज योर कॉन्फिडेंस, इज योर एक्साइटमेंट स्टिल स्ट्रॉन्गर, यू विल स्टिल टेक एक्शन.
हाँ, मतलब डाउट और फियर हो सकता है, बट इफ माई एक्साइटमेंट एंड माई विलिंगनेस टू गो फॉर इट इज हायर, दिस कैन एग्जिस्ट.
Absolutely.
But this just has to be a little more higher.
Absolutely. Like I make people walk on fire, bend the rods with the neck.
Yeah.
Now, when I'm asking them to do that, are they doing it with zero fear? No, there is fear because it's fire. There is a thought I might get burnt. But when you raise your energy and when you have 100, 200, 600 people cheering for you, you're still doing it alone, but you're able to do it. And people do it and look back and say, easy tha. And I tell them, easy tha nahi, aapne usko easy banaya. Farak hai. And that is why that doubt, that fear is definitely natural. But if you're surrounded with the right kind of people, your excitement is higher. If you believe in yourself, your confidence is higher. And let me ask you another question. Do you drive, by the way?
Yeah.
You drive. I'm not trying to scare you. But let's say you take your car and go outside. There is a possibility of accident.
100%.
There is a possibility of death.
Yeah.
But do you get out of your home thinking, आज मैं मरने वाली हूँ?
नहीं.
Which means possibility होने के बावजूद you're super confident. What makes you confident? Because you know you drive well. You know you'll take care of yourself. You know you will follow the rules. You know I'm in a great state. So even though एक possibility of failure है, you are still driving with zero insecurity. And that's what is needed. But जो starting में drive करते उनको लग रहा है इधर से ठुकेगा, उधर से ठुकेगा, मैं गाड़ी that's because you're still an amateur. If I talk about sport or cricket, if you're a young player, not matured, the entire stadium says, boo, you might get scared, you might play a wrong shot. But once you are a master of your own emotions and your skill, you can have an entire stadium booing you, you will still hit your century and ensure that you win. which means it's a journey.
Got it. Also, you spoke a very beautiful line that your environment, okay? Do you think fixing your environment and the kind of people you mingle with, if you change that, can actually accelerate your manifestation journey?
Answer is absolutely yes. But the first point is also to realize the current people in your life are also your manifestation. That is an important point, right? So if I say मेरे आसपास सारे negative है, पहली बात तो सारे negative is always generalization and exaggeration. These are those people who come and say, हरीश मेरे life में कुछ भी काम नहीं कर रहा है. And I ask them, तेरा heart भी काम करना बंद हो चुका है क्या? सांस बंद हो चुकी है क्या? नहीं नहीं ये तो चल रहा है, मतलब कुछ तो चल रहा है ना. So it is important to acknowledge कि बहुत कुछ नहीं चल रहा है, कुछ तो चल रहा है. When you generalize, सारे लोग negative है, कुछ भी नहीं चल रहा है, these are things that you're telling yourself, and these all becomes the block in your manifestation journey. Having said this, even if you have 10 people who are very pessimistic and negative in your life, having one positive person can have an impact. Second, our environment definitely impacts us, but to realize that our inner self attracts the outer environment is a deeper level of understanding of manifestation.
Okay.
Which means our outer world is a projection of our inner world or a printout of our inner commands. Which means if I see there is a lot of negativity outside, realization, there are only two realizations.
ना तो अंदर भी है.
One, या तो अंदर है या आपने इस जन्म में चुना है ये नेगेटिव लोगों को पॉजिटिव बनाना. दैट इज वाई इन स्पाइट ऑफ यू बीइंग पॉजिटिव यू आर कॉन्स्टेंटली अट्रैक्टिंग cribbing people, negative state people, and you're wondering why these people are coming into your life. That's because you've chosen a life path that I've got to empower these people. So which means it's perfection in action, just that you're ignorant to it right now.
Got it. You spoke about past life and you spoke about karma some time back.
Yeah.
Does karma play a role in manifestation?
A simple answer is yes, and that needs to be understood. But again, the word karma can be misunderstood. Karma obviously is actions. That is why we say karma karo, right? But when we talk about karma from a past life perspective, it only says the bottom line is all incompletions of your life will follow you, trouble you, or haunt you till the time you complete it.
Okay.
Which means, let's take an example. Let's say if I have a major injury in my right arm or elbow, which I've had many years back, right? But I've not healed it well. I didn't do proper physiotherapy. It is still unhealed. But I want to play badminton. Will I be able to play effectively?
No.
It will keep reminding me, but what is it reminding me?
That you had got hurt
And
and there is pain.
something still needs to be healed.
Yeah.
So anything which is unhealed will keep coming back to remind you. So आपका अगर एक vacuum incomplete है, like when we do therapy, there are two major forms of therapy. There is inner child therapy, which means you're talking about this lifetime, right? And any incompletions coming from your childhood. There is also intrauterine therapy, which means the drama that you have soaked into when you were in your mother's womb. And there is past life. Now, some people believe in it, some people don't believe in it. There are people who ask me, do you believe in it? My simple answer is, result मिलता है तो believe करो, नहीं मिलता तो छोड़ दो. हरीश मेरे को दिखा कि I was in a past life and कुछ हुआ मेरे साथ. Is this real or imagination? It doesn't matter. The bottom line is it's still in your mind. Whether it's a story or a real, don't get into the drama of that validation. But if there is a story relevant to your current issue, work on it. But what are we doing? We are only going back to the past, seeing what happened, looking at what dent it created, and trying to change it. Are we changing the past? No. We are only changing the interpretation and conclusion of that of the past that we already have. For example, if my father was a hero for me when I was a child, and because I was not scoring well, and my father kept on saying, "Tu useless hai, bada hoke kuch bhi nahi karega, tu to useless hai." Now it's gone deep down into my mind that ki main useless hu, and that's there in my subconscious. Now I want to be useful for people. I want to be successful for people. I'm trying to do everything right. I'm repeating my affirmation. I am doing visualization, but the outcome of it is always a failure because that's the only thing that tells me tu to useless hai. Now, when we do therapy, it's all about going back. Honestly speaking, you're not going back to the past, you're just going deeper inside.
Yeah.
Right? I cannot go back yesterday, but I'm going back to the memory of yesterday, which is still inside of me. So I'm going deep into my memory, deep into my cellular memories, looking at the vacuum, doing the entire therapy, concluding it and telling my body ki ye ho chuka hai bhai, let go of it, because now you start changing the identity that I'm useful. Now it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So will that help you in manifesting? The healing 100% will help you, and the incompletion will definitely interfere in your manifestation. These are those people, that's why I said, आप 50 टेक्निक कर रहे हो, पहली बात 50 कर रहे हो, मतलब आप ऑलरेडी दिमाग को बोल रहे हो things are not working.
Yeah.
You are obsessing over it.
Yeah.
And anything that you obsess over is not going to work.
Yeah.
Passion is different, obsession is different.
Yeah.
That's why when some organizations say, I want to teach customer obsession, I tell them I know why you're talking about the word, but let's talk about passion. That's more important, right?
Yeah.
So bridging that gap, healing that aspect, definitely will accelerate your journey of achieving things, feeling in a better way, and even manifesting.
Yeah. So the inner dialogue, the things that you're carrying deep within, is going to show up in your manifestation journey.
Always.
And maybe that lag time that you spoke about, that वो जो manifest होने वाला था और वो जो time लगा है, it could be in relation to your karma. And maybe वो time ज़रूरी था वो lesson के लिए, and तब वो जाके आपके सामने आएगा. But people give up in that lag time.
100%.
कि वो हो ही नहीं रहा है.
Absolutely. So you can't give a fixed timeline to anyone. Nobody can give. And if anybody is giving you a timeline, that's ignorance.
Okay.
Whether it's an ace astrologer, because they're also looking at one possibility. And nobody knows every possibility that exists.
True.
So I've always believed destiny is not a single path. They are infinite paths. So you don't change the destiny. By changing your emotions, you are accessing that dimension which you couldn't see before. It's still existing.
Got it.
Right? So now you're accessing that dimension. That's why a palmist will also say some lines appear and disappear. Some are fixed, which means literally and figuratively it's in your hands.
So
right?
you can actually change your destiny.
Yeah. You're accessing a different dimension which is existing.
Which
you're
is
not
already
actually
there.
changing it.
Yeah.
It's already there. Possibility is there. Now at the same time, is there a lag? Instead of using the word lag, I would only say it's a testing phase. It's testing. When you're not seeing it, are you still able to, be in a beautiful emotional state with hope and belief that it's possible?
Yeah.
And on the journey of achieving it, I'm still becoming a wonderful person.
Yes.
If you look at it, this is the only scientific reason behind the importance of gratitude that people talk about. Overused word. Books have been written. Gratitude. Why? Because it's your ability to acknowledge that there are beautiful things happening, which could be as simple as I had a beautiful biryani today.
Yeah.
It's about your ability to acknowledge beautiful things are happening. Although the bigger goal is not yet manifested, small beautiful things are happening, and the journey acknowledging this is important is what it is testing during the lag or the delay.
Yeah.
So during the delay, are you still able to acknowledge the fact that you're still alive and breathing, which means the entire universe is with you? It's telling you, "Mere saath." Delay is your testing phase.
It reminds me of this picture, which I had seen somewhere. It's a very common picture. This person is digging inside the earth, and there's a diamond, which is deep down.
Somewhere
and
very close or
very
something.
close,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
just give up कि नहीं है, and they are right there. So sometimes that testing period कि आपको कितना belief है और अब तब तक action लिए जा रहे हो,
Absolutely.
जब तक वो होता नहीं है.
Absolutely.
So life is just going to test you,
100%.
and you have to stay in that journey.
Absolutely. And sometimes you dig in such a way that you'll end up breaking the diamond yourself. Right? Or you've not dug, somebody else dug it and said, "This is the diamond, can you share it?"
Yeah.
Right? So it is all about interpreting. And to be very honest, this is something I usually talk about, और इसकी intensity जो है समझना ज़रूरी है. One of the highest forms of manifestation is your ability to change your inner state when nothing outside has changed.
That's very
I'll
powerful.
repeat this. Yeah. Which means when nothing outside changes and yet everything inside you feels changed is called instant manifestation. Which means I come for a session, As simple as, let's say, the viewers watch this podcast. Now, while they are watching this podcast, maybe nothing in their outer world is changing.
Yeah.
Nothing. The problem is still a problem. The delay is still a delay. Issue is still an issue. Good thing is still a good thing. But after watching this podcast, something in their head changes and they say, now I am looking at my delay in a different way. This is called instant manifestation. And now the shift in the mindset is going to produce shift in the outer world. And that's why I tell people, when you come for a program, when you attend, when you watch a video, when you go through a podcast, right? And if that shifts something in you, manifestation has already begun for you.
Wow.
And this is important to understand.
That's a very powerful secret ingredient to
Extremely
manifestation.
powerful.
Yeah.
While I'm talking to you also, it creates
Creates
goosebumps in me because I understand this is where the game changes.
Yeah. And you've been in this journey for so many years. And I think this is what you've seen, that this will give you instant results.
Yeah.
And I think people are not able to do that. वो जो surface level पे चल रहा है, as we spoke about. One more loophole is what I want to discuss about. So I am about my personal journey. ठीक है, मैंने एक vision board बनाया है and उसमें से काफ़ी चीज़ें manifest हुई है. Okay, whenever I'm in the best state. One thing that I've not been able to crack is to attract a life partner. ठीक है, काफ़ी साल हो गए हैं and I know a lot of my friends also who are going through something similar. A lot of people are not able to manifest their life partner or the love of their life. Why is that so?
Okay.
ये
So,
थोड़ी चीजें होती है
हाँ
वो
जी,
बोर्ड पे.
जरूर होती है.
हाँ,
जरूर.
so वो ठीक है. जो चीजें नहीं होती है उसका क्या रीजन है?
See, सबसे पहले, the bottom line, as I mentioned, everything is not supposed to be manifested anyways. Okay? At any given point in time, even an absolute expert or successful person in any area will have something incomplete.
Okay.
Even the richest man will have something that is not getting manifested.
Yeah.
Right?
Or else everybody would be billionaires.
Exactly. The only thing is, are you still able to, इसमें बहुत layered answers आने वाली है. Okay? Point number one, are you still able to have extreme gratitude for what got manifested? That's point number one.
Okay.
And whatever is not got manifested, right? How does it make you feel emotionally is the biggest question. आपको लग रहा है मुझे incomplete लग रहा है, मुझे लग रहा है कुछ तो missing है, मुझे लग रहा है कुछ तो गड़बड़ है. That means now this vacuum is going to spoil even the other areas of your life.
No, I am complete. Okay. So if I have to tell you, I have built a life of my own. Okay. Because that's what I've read, that you need to first feel complete to kind of attract a partner in your life, because that incompleteness is going to show up in a certain way. How do I feel complete and still put out a wish that I want a life partner? Is my question.
Okay. Let me ascend a little bit more therapeutically.
ठीक है.
ठीक है? And I'm not trying to demotivate you or scare you right now.
No, I'm all ready.
Okay.
Let's go.
So let us say, in this lifetime, you're not supposed to have a partner.
Okay.
Okay? Now this can be very intense for some people.
Yeah.
Let's assume that in this lifetime you've chosen not to have a partner. इस टाइप का experiences क्यों कोई चुनेगा?
पता नहीं.
Example. A lot of times when people are trying to search for a partner, they are searching for completion.
Yeah.
They are missing something. And the beauty is, आसपास दिख ही रहा है. पार्टनर भी है, शादी भी हो रहा है. एक ऐसा हो सकता है कि मेरे ग्रुप में किसी का नहीं हो रहा है. बट ऐसा भी हो सकता है लोगों का हो ही रहा है ना. एंड द ब्यूटी इज आसपास के लोग, इनफ पीपल विल कम एंड रिमाइंड यू, उसका भी हो गया, इसका भी हो गया. आपको स्पेशली एट दिस टाइम इन्विटेशन भी आएगा दूसरों का शादी का. पॉसिबिलिटी.
मेरे से छोटे लोगों का भी शादी हो रहा है.
Exactly. So some people are reminding you and triggering you
Yeah.
the wood.
Yeah.
Right? Now let's assume. अब ये कुछ लोग इस पे विश्वास रखते हैं, कुछ लोग विश्वास नहीं रखते. I always believe every life there is nothing called as coincidence in spirituality.
Okay.
So if I had an alcoholic father, I have chosen that experience.
Yeah.
अब मुझे अगर पता नहीं है, I will say bad luck है. But I have chosen that for a particular reason.
Okay.
Okay. So why would I choose not to have a partner? Let's say hypothetically, और ये सब थेरेपी में आया है, अगर मैंने इस जन्म में ये एक्सपीरियंस चुना है that I have to learn to love myself and feel complete,
Okay.
I will not attract partner who will come and give the love, because then that changes the equation that I'm asking for.
Yeah, I have to first learn to love
I have
myself.
to learn to love myself. ये आपका chosen experience है इस lifetime में.
Okay.
बट मैं कॉन्स्टेंटली ढूंढ रही हूँ या ढूंढ रहा हूँ कि कोई तो आके ये वैक्यूम को कंप्लीट करेगा.
बराबर है.
नाउ इवन इफ यू आर गुड, एवरीथिंग इज नाइस, यू आर लुकिंग गुड, यू आर वर्किंग वेल, यू आर अ वंडरफुल पर्सन, यू विल वंडर क्यों नहीं मिल रहा है. बिकॉज नहीं मिलना इज परफेक्शन. बट नाउ इफ यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट इज इट टीचिंग मी एंड यू गेट इनटू अ स्टेट वेयर यू से आई एम ब्यूटिफुली कंप्लीट विद इन. कोई अब आ गया, beautiful, because I would love to share this love I have, not to fill my vacuum. I would love to give this beautiful behavior of mine. और नहीं भी आया, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, which means you have now achieved what you have chosen. Now the partner will come.
Okay.
Because target achieved. So to get into the state is extremely important.
Okay.
For example, when you get desperate, when you really want it, that is why we say it will not come to you, it will go further away from you.
Yeah, the more you chase it,
100%.
it's going to go away.
Think about this.
But then, you're right. ठीक है, but I feel complete, but I need to take action also, right?
Right.
अगर मुझे partners देखने हैं तो. So I'm in the process, I'm meeting, I'm doing my meetings, I'm doing whatever it takes.
Yes.
Okay. And still, why is it not happening? Like,
Beautiful.
yeah, I'm
So
in the
with-
right state of mind.
So every
and मैं
person.
action ले रही हूँ. हाँ.
So action तो लेना ही है.
हाँ.
Yeah? So you don't give up,
Yeah.
but you are continuously learning.
True.
So how you're interpreting the delay is important. For example, कुछ लोगों के लिए delay जो है can be interpreted in a negative way.
Yes.
कोई आके बोल देगा astrological chart में दोष है. कोई आके कुछ और बोल देगा.
Yeah.
Now, if this becomes a part of your belief, then you're further distancing away your goal.
Yes.
But if you're constantly taking action, you're attracting people that you're not able to gel with. With every no that you say, or the other person saying no to you, how are you still concluding and responding to it is mastery.
Yeah. So
If you just
it's
say-
going to be a lesson that you have to
gonna be a
learn.
lesson.
Perfect.
And if you're seeing patterns of people coming, then there is even a important lesson.
There's a bigger lesson.
If it is triggering, पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है, उम्र भी हो रहा है, and आसपास के लोग वो trigger कर जाएंगे. If you are getting stuck into that more of a victimhood, then you are in deeper trouble.
Okay.
And at this state, even if you attract a partner, it's going to be messy. Because आप जिस emotion में किसी भी चीज को attract करते हो, whether it's a partner or a job, you're going to get the same emotion.
Okay.
That is why you'll see people who crib, complain about a job, and then they go to another job. Within few months, they're cribbing, complaining there again. Because it's not about the place, it's about the person.
Got it.
So even after 10 rejections or delay, if you're still in a state, 50 delay हुआ कोई बात नहीं, but I'm still ready to share my love because I'm a beautiful human being, you are going to attract.
Okay.
Because you're in a beautiful state. See, exam में, have you ever tried desperately trying to recall an answer that you studied? The more harder you try,
It
the
doesn't.
more difficult it gets.
Yeah.
But exam खत्म होके बाहर घूमेंगे तो आंसर आ ही जाता है.
हाँ.
इसी टाइम पे आ जाएगा. The time when you're no longer thinking about it, but you're still taking action, you're still studying, but you're not desperate because you're such in a beautiful state and you're flowing. Someone, indications would come.
Got it. Okay.
So, since you mentioned that you're wanting to manifest a life partner,
Yeah.
and that's one thing that is getting delayed. If I ask you a simple question, why do you want to manifest a life partner? What are your immediate answers?
Because I want to experience life together.
Beautiful. What else?
So that's why I want to marry. I want to feel more stable. I think it's the next stage of my life. And I think I thrive better when I'm in love.
Beautiful.
When I have a partner, I also want somebody whom I can go back home to and crib about my entire day. Like,
Yeah, well, okay.
आज ये हुआ है करके. And I think I miss that part.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So since we are talking about manifesting, it's very important to know when people are searching for anything, whether it's a life partner or a better job. If you ask them, why do you want it? Majority of their points are always talking about what they will get out of it. They're trying to fill in a vacuum which is already there.
Yeah.
I feel complete when I have a life partner. I will thrive better when I have a life partner. I will have somebody to primarily talk or complain or do, talk
Experience
about anything,
life.
experience
Yeah.
life.
Togetherness.
It
Yeah.
is not wrong.
Huh.
But a lot of times people don't talk about what they are willing to give in that relationship.
Okay.
Right? For example, if you say, I would want to get a life partner because I have so much of love inside me that I would like to share that. I would like to give that. I think I would like to give something beautiful. I am so complete right now within me that when I meet another complete person, we together can have a complete relationship, and together we can create more completions for people outside. Now, this is the space where manifestation is the highest.
I never thought of this in
Majority
this
of
manner.
people don't think about it.
Yeah, because what I will be giving
Mm-hmm.
is something that I never looked at in a relationship.
And that's why the biggest misconception about manifestation, that it's all about receiving, I would say it's all about giving, where receiving becomes inevitable and by default. So when you have the genuineness to give, your manifestation is going to work in the highest way without even you manifesting. But if you look at the majority of methods, the majority of techniques, the majority of people, they're talking about how will you attract, how will you receive, how will you get. The question is, what will you give? How will you give? What are you going to give? I want a better job. Why? Because higher salary, I'm going to get more position, better position, more power, a bigger house. What are you going to give? By getting that position, are you going to add value to the employees? Are you going to take the organization to the next level? Are you going to take the social space to the next level? Are you going to spread a lot of joy that you already are in? Or do you want that only to fill a vacuum, maybe an egoistic vacuum that I want more power, I want more control? Manifestation doesn't work like that. It will rather tease you more when you're in that space. I'm not saying wanting is wrong. I'm not saying the desire to receive is wrong. But the real authentic manifestation works when you genuinely have the desire to give, and receiving is going to happen by default.
So if somebody wants more money, they have to actually talk about what are they wanting that money for, and where would they be using this?
Absolutely. How are they going to add
the
value
value.
with the money that they really want?
Okay.
And that's extremely important. And which means you're communicating to yourself, you're communicating to the universe, you're communicating to the cosmos that I need this because I'm going to give back so much. I'm going to add so much of value. When you are very clear in that space, it is going to happen. Your goals are clear.
But that's such a big loophole, because manifestation, if you see, if you read over the internet or you talk about all these internet gurus or whatever, it's all about attraction. Like you attract because you want something, and it's about making your life better. And the other side of how you are going to contribute to the society or contribute to the whole game, that part is absolutely missing. It's such an incomplete portion that's highlighted.
Absolutely. And a lot of argument that people will have is, अगर है ही नहीं मेरे पास तो दूंगा कैसे?
बराबर है.
Which is very clear, which is very logical. And that is why when it comes to money, when we talk about helping people, when we talk about donating, a lot of times it's not the quantum of money, it's the attitude of giving. Which means a lot of people say, when I have enough, I will donate.
Yeah.
The point is, even if you have something today, are you donating? Which means even if I'm earning 100 rupees today, I can still donate 5 rupees, I can donate 1 rupee. Are you really doing it? That's point number one.
Okay.
Second, it is not necessary that what you are asking for is the only thing that you have to give. So, but you have to have the attitude of giving. Maybe you don't have that much money coming in, but you're still giving a lot of service. You're giving a lot of love. You're sharing a lot of beautiful emotion. That's why some people go and do service in places of worship, in orphanages, in elderly home. You don't have money? Go and teach. Go and do a comedy show and make them laugh. Go and teach something to the children out there. Go and spend some time. Do you have that? Or are you saying you are super occupied 24 hours in a day? Because that even the Prime Minister of our country will say not occupied 24 hours a day for sure. So you can always pull out that 5 minutes. And even if somebody doesn't want to do this, the least that they can do always is, this is what I want to receive, to give XYZ with what I receive. Even if that's very, very clear, you're still on track, and that is important.
Yeah. So with every statement that you want to manifest something, I think you need to complete it by saying that what would you be giving
Absolutely.
back.
So if I look at layers,
Yeah.
right? And why layers? Do you agree how high you go in life depends on how strong your foundation is.
Yes.
Even if you're capable of going higher, if your foundation is weaker,
You're going to collapse.
You're going to collapse.
Yeah.
So every collapse in life, business, relationship, life, health, is a validation of a weaker foundation. So making the foundation is very strong. So if I look at the entire process of manifestation, why do we say gratitude first? I follow a simple principle in life, and that is never ask before you thank.
Never ask before you thank. Okay.
Asking is not wrong, but don't ask before you thank. Whether it's conversation, whether it's a prayer, whether it's a puja, whether it's an intention, whether it's manifesting, it all starts with thanking first. It all starts with gratitude first. So when you develop the ability to express gratitude, you're putting the first foundation of gratitude, which is very strong. Now, on top of that, when you stand to manifest, you'll go higher. Now, the process again is step number 2, visualize the behavioral change, the emotional change, the thought process change, the belief change, which will lead to the outcome. And now in the outcome, also talk about what you will receive and what you will give. I would prefer what am I going to give, and hence I am willing to receive.
Yeah. So can you give us a master technique for manifestation that will short work for any individual?
Absolutely. The bottom line, there is nothing called as sure shot.
Okay.
Not even whether I would be alive in the next few minutes.
Yeah. Okay.
But does it increase your possibility? 100% yes.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
And the reason I will call it as a master technique, because it has very, very powerful things. As I mentioned to you, the first point, the foundation has to be strong.
Okay.
Foundation always comes in with your ability to acknowledge what you already have in life.
Okay.
As simple as your breathing. So the universe is saying, I'm giving you life, which means you don't need a bigger proof that the universe is saying, I am with you. Are you acknowledging it? Are you feeling it? And are you believing in it? There's nothing more powerful than life itself. If you believe in a particular name or God, opening your eyes in the morning and knowing you're breathing is a proof that the universe and the God is saying, I'm with you. Do you believe in it? So acknowledging that I'm grateful for life, I'm grateful for a home, whether it's rented or your own. I'm grateful for the people, some of them who support me and some of them who are a pain in different body parts, is also good, because they are teaching you that such people will be a part of your journey. So if you learn to handle me today, people like me will never be a problem for you. So expressing gratitude even for the challenges of life is extremely important. I also express gratitude to my voice. I express gratitude to my phone and my laptop, because I get good news there. It's in my phone where I get news saying that Harish, 5 more programs, 10 more programs. I express gratitude, but the rule is very clear. There is no need to repeat every point every day, else it becomes monotonous and boring. Okay. Don't look at it as a marathon technique, but a 100-meter sprint. Not more than 30 to 45 seconds.
Got it.
Quickly intensify the emotion, express gratitude, job done. Now you move on to expressing gratitude for what you want to manifest.
Okay.
This is a very beautiful technique, which means you're saying advance thank you for the behavioral changes, for the new actions you're taking, for the beliefs that you're changing. For example, I would say I'm now extremely grateful for becoming more energetic, more joyful in life, naturally speaking to many more customers and attracting more business. I'm extremely grateful for converting my X money per month to now 3X or 4X. I'm so grateful that all of these are happening by me taking these actions. So I'm reflecting the cause and effect. Cause are my behaviors, intentions, thoughts, and the effect is the outcome that I want to manifest. And now I am clearly saying I am thankful for the way I am contributing to the society by adding value to people in my life, by ensuring that I'm empowering the lives of people. This is the joy of giving.
Wow.
When you go to this state, like for people who want a logical explanation, simple industry example is, do you agree every organization who has genuinely added value to the customer's life has only progressed?
Yes.
Whether it's a service or a product or a solution. So if you genuinely are taking customer feedback and working towards it to create something good for the customer, internal and external, there is nothing that's going to stop you from you growing. And that is the joy of giving, which is putting you into the highest state of manifestation. That's important.
It's beautiful. I think it starts with gratitude and it ends with contribution and gratitude again.
100%. So if you look at it, for example, something that I always say, even human life teaches this. Like if you look at a child, the child always focuses on receiving. Very rarely or sometimes the child is interested in what are you feeling.
Yeah.
Like if you take a child to a shopping mall and the child wants a toy or a dress, the child will not think twice. अगर इधर मॉल में publicly लेट के आपका इज्जत उतारना पड़े, बच्चा करेगा वो. Tantrum throw करेगा because मुझे चाहिए तो चाहिए.
चाहिए, हाँ.
Now when the child learns and matures well, they understand receiving and giving. This should happen in relationships. This should happen in employment, where I know what I'm getting, but I even clearly know what I'm giving. Now, big if you mature really well, like let's talk about cliched example, matured grandparents. The joy of giving is bigger than the joy of receiving. Let's say the Dadaji wants to eat an ice cream और खाने के पहले पोता भाग के आके बोलता है दादा मुझे चाहिए, वो जो देने में मजा है खाने से ज्यादा है.
Yeah.
The good news is this quality is not dependent on age. The bad news is age necessarily doesn't bring this quality.
100%.
Which means whoever is listening to this podcast, no matter what your age is and no matter what your designation is and no matter what you have today, you can get into the joy of giving in this moment.
Yeah.
So if you now think about how do I give the best to my organization, bhale hi right now my emotions are a little toxic, bhale hi I am not really in love with the team, I can still think how do I give my best. Your receiving is inevitable. But if you focus on your emotion, you start changing, the kind of people you spend time with, you work on your entire belief system. When you do all of these together and get into the joy of giving, you will stop even talking about the word manifestation, forget about obsession that is happening out everywhere. There is no need to talk because the way you live itself is manifesting so beautiful things. You don't talk about manifesting, and hence I would say, stop manifesting, start living.
Start living. Start giving.
Start giving.
Yeah.
And start living. That's
Wow.
important.
This is a beautiful, I think it's a secret ingredient that I think people don't know about. And okay, coming to the last, one more question that I get a lot that people have also asked me is that in their manifestation journey, nobody wants an emotionally unavailable partner. Okay. Everybody is manifesting a love that is, they want a fulfilling kind of partner. They want somebody who loves them back, who will care for them. Why is it that people still end up attracting and manifesting unemotionally available partners? किसी को नहीं चाहिए.
No.
But वो क्यों होता है?
सबसे पहले when you say नहीं चाहिए वही आएगा.
Okay.
It is like driving your car and saying आज गाड़ी ठुकनी नहीं चाहिए. If you keep on saying that, high chance you're going to bang your car somewhere.
Okay.
Or it's like telling a child, बेटा ये इधर रखा है, इसको हाथ मत लगा. अब वो बच्चा उस चीज को हाथ लगाएगा ही. So first of all, constantly even talking about that I don't want it is one way of saying I want it.
So having the fear of having a partner like this is actually increasing your possibility
100%.
of having a partner.
100%. For example, if I tell you right now, don't think of a monkey.
I've already thought.
You already thought about the monkey, right? So while in conscious conversations, it is important to highlight what you should not have or what should not happen. When you're programming your mind, it's always about what should happen. That's point number one. Point number two, I've already answered. If in this lifetime, it's all about you learning to complete yourself, you are going to attract a partner who will never emotionally be available for you, because that is the only way you're getting an opportunity to emotionally be available for yourself.
Got it.
And when you do that, the other person no longer has the same role to play, which means either the partner will change their behavior or the partner will change. All right? And both are okay.
Yeah.
Both are perfectly okay, because that partner who came in for a particular purpose.
Yeah.
So in fact, after doing so many relationship therapies also, I don't look at separation as a failure when it's mindfully taken as a decision. Realizing sometimes the manifestation of a particular partner was for a particular reason, and since you've learned from it, if the partner is not changing the behavior, it's important to know this was a meaning. It came in for a purpose. It's time to leave.
Got it.
It's extremely important. And a lot of times when you bridge your gaps, you will see phenomenal changes happening in the relationship. But till the time you are trying to fill your vacuum through somebody else, it is not
It is
gonna
not
happen.
going to. So for anybody who is kind of struggling with certain manifestations or they are not able to achieve something, there might be an underlying lesson to it.
Always.
So you got to get aware
Yeah.
and you need to see कि वो चीजें क्यों manifest नहीं हो रही है life में.
100%. And the rule, as you rightly said, keep trying.
Keep
No harm in trying.
हाँ, yeah.
Action तो लेना है.
Yeah.
Belief रखना है, hope रखना है, लेकिन foundation को सही रखना है because gratitude चाहिए. Delay में क्या interpretation और conclusion हो रहा है उसको बदलना है because that creates your belief.
Yes.
And it ensures you don't land up creating a negative identity about yourself. And you're beautifully progressing in life because there are many other areas of your life which are beautifully progressed.
Progressed, yeah. Okay, quick rapid fire, and I want your take on this before we end this episode. Okay, one word or short answers, whatever you feel, right? For vision boards,
Beautiful thing, don't depend on it.
don't depend on it. Okay, angel numbers.
If you believe in them, it is a kind of an indication. Having said that, don't obsess with it. Whenever you see repetition of numbers or angel numbers, and if you believe in it, just close your eyes, acknowledge, say thank you, and move on.
Move on. Okay, scripting.
Excellent. However, it depends on what you're scripting.
Okay.
If you're writing the sad stories of your life, you're reinforcing it. I'm not saying don't write negative things, but whenever you write the sad stories or episodes of that day, write also the beautiful conclusions and learning. Now, scripting is powerful.
Okay, so because a lot of times when you journal, you are actually like treating that journal like a garbage can, and you're putting out all the negative things that has happened during the day, and you actually feel better after it.
Temporarily.
Okay.
Yeah, you feel better temporarily, but also understand, इसीलिए बचपन में माँ बाप बोलते थे बेटा याद नहीं रहता है तो लिख के पढ़ा करो, because when you write it, it is getting even more deeply reinforced in your subconscious. So when you're writing, it's not just the things coming out, but it's also going back in.
So whatever negative things I'm writing, they're actually again getting reinforced.
So write it, no problem, because it feels that it's coming out and you're venting it. But also write down, how did you conclude? How should you conclude? What is a beautiful lesson? If you're not willing to write it today, write it tomorrow.
Okay. So change by the end of it, you need to change the
Absolutely.
interpretation. Okay. 369 method.
Excellent method, but don't get obsessed again. Why 369? It follows the principle of repetition. It follows the principle of visualization. But very clearly, as I said, don't just do the visualization of outcome, do the visualization of the behavioral change leading to the outcome. Beautiful method.
Beautiful method. Okay. Full moon rituals.
If you still believe in it, if you still believe that you are a speck in front of the entire universe, rituals are beautiful, prayers are beautiful, sunset time, sunrise time, excellent. The day you experience that you are the entire universe, none of the rituals will matter.
Got it. So then all this then just becomes secondary.
Doesn't matter. You still respect it.
Okay.
You're still humble enough. So you understand you're as powerful as the universe, but you also realize you're only a speck in front of the universe, which means you're so powerful that you're now literally humble.
Humble. Okay. Lucky girl syndrome. So for somebody like who wakes up in the morning and like, I'm a lucky girl, things work out for me.
Excellent thing should not become ignorance.
Ignorant.
Which means believing that I'm the luckiest person on earth will always give you a placebo effect, which means it's going to work. But also realizing how it's creating that luck will ensure that you're able to empower it for many, many more people. Okay. So now if I say I am interpreting the right things, my beliefs are right, when negative happens, I am learning from it, and hence I am damn lucky. Now your luck is validated with science. It's not luck, it's a strategy. Now to say I'm extremely lucky, I'm extremely blessed, amazing thing to get.
Amazing thing. Okay. Quantum jumping.
Depends on where you're jumping, right? We all are jumping at any given point in time. Now, quantum jumping can be a very deep thing. It's all also about accessing a different reality altogether. But to realize that all of these realities are existing at any given point in time, whether you talk about parallel universes, whether you talk about multiple possibilities, even when you change a particular thought or interpretation, you are jumping to another possibility.
Okay.
Right? So we are anyways jumping whether you like it or not. If I give it a terminology, I can sell a better course.
Gratitude journals.
Amazing always, because that creates the foundation of it. Once again, there is no need to do excessive. More doesn't mean deep. Doing it once is more than enough. Feeling it deeply and the genuineness is more important.
Because as you said that it can get monotonous.
Absolutely.
And thank you for this. People don't even take it like deep
Absolutely.
within. I think you have to feel it
Absolutely.
and then feel gratitude.
And if
Please.
journaling is not tantamounting to your natural behavior, journaling is useless. And the day it tantamounts to natural behavior, no need to journal.
Got it. Lovely. So I think we are done with the rapid fire.
Yes.
And one last thing that you would like to, because you have been in this journey for a lot of years and you're helping people make their manifestation journey better. Is there a small piece of advice that you have for people out here before we end this episode?
It will be a request and not just an advice, because advising only works when other person are soliciting the advice. But the one thing that I would always say is there is nothing that happens in your life that is called coincidence. Everything happening, everything coming to you is for a particular reason. As simple as this podcast happening is for a reason. If anyone is watching this podcast, that means you have manifested this podcast.
Yeah.
Every content, every word, every message of this podcast, you have manifested it today on this day in this time, which means it's coming for a very strong reason, for a very deep reason. You are the only person who knows what is the reason. And my only thing is, if it's come to you, it's meant for you. And if it's meant for you, it has the power to change you. So anything that has really struck you or given you a beautiful insight, I would suggest write it in the comment section and let us know. And let us know what exactly meant for you today in this entire podcast. Because now you are aligning with what you have manifested today. And that's what you got to keep in mind for everything that's coming to you in your life. If you thought you accidentally came on this podcast, no, you were chosen to come and watch and view this.
Yes.
So to know the wisdom of this is one of the most intelligent thing in life.
Yeah. I think it was a beautiful podcast. It was power-packed. It was a no bullshit podcast.
Thank you.
I feel like you have broken it down so beautifully, and it's like a complete package that you've offered, right from doing the rituals to actually changing things within. Everything was covered. So thank you so much for removing time and
gratitude.
doing this for us. So yeah,
And thank you and everybody who's watching and the universe for inviting me here.
Yes.
Because I think the space has given an opportunity to do something. So it's beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
And
Thank
of course,
you.
love you all.
Thank you so much. अभी भी मेरे दिमाग में बहुत सारे questions हैं, and I'm sure you guys have questions too. Please leave them in the comments below, and do not forget to share this episode with your friends and family, because this is your chance to make a difference in their life. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Till then, keep rising above things that are holding you back. Embrace growth, and do not forget, I roar you.